3 days, 21 hours of talks. One question left unanswered. Why did the Islamabad negotiations fail? On April 11th and 12th, 2026, the United States and Iran held their highest-level direct talks in decades, hosted in Islamabad, Pakistan. Led by U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance and senior Iranian officials, these negotiations were meant to turn a fragile ceasefire into a lasting peace. But after nearly a full day of intense discussions, no deal was reached. Still, this was not a failure without meaning, because for the first time in 47 years, Washington and Tehran sat face to face. What went wrong? At the core of the deadlock were 4 major issues: Iran's nuclear program, control of the Strait of Hormuz, sanctions relief, and U.S. military presence in the region. The United States came in with a clear, rigid position: no nuclear capability, no ambiguity. Iran responded just as firmly: no surrender of sovereignty, no compromise on strategic control. This was not negotiation. This was red line versus red line. Who controlled the talks? Iran played the long game, slow, calculated, and controlled. It used time as leverage, holding its ground while shaping the narrative. The U.S., on the other hand, took a direct, pressure-driven approach: clear demands, immediate expectations. But in diplomacy, especially after decades of hostility, speed can harden positions instead of solving them. So, the reality is simple. Iran didn't bend, the U.S. didn't soften, and the gap remained. Pakistan's role: a quiet power move. Despite the deadlock, one country emerged stronger: Pakistan. By hosting and mediating these talks, Islamabad positioned itself as a neutral diplomatic bridge. From back-channel messaging to bringing both sides into one room, Pakistan proved it can influence global diplomacy. And more importantly, both the U.S. and Iran still trust it enough to continue mediation. Will there be round 2? Yes, and very soon. With the ceasefire set to expire around April 22, neither side wants a return to full-scale conflict. Pakistan has already signaled talks will continue, dialogue will resume. Possible next venues include Islamabad again or neutral ground like Oman. Because despite the disagreement, both sides know one thing: war is far more costly than compromise. Is escalation coming? The risk is real. After the talks, the U.S. signaled potential blockades on Iranian ports. Iran responded with strong retaliation. The Strait of Hormuz, the world's most critical oil route, remains a flashpoint. Even a small miscalculation here could shake global markets overnight. Will this become a world war? Highly unlikely. No major global power wants direct involvement. This remains a regional conflict with global consequences, but not a global war. Both sides are showing signs of war fatigue, and that matters. What happens next? Over the next 2 to 4 weeks, expect a tense but controlled standoff. Minor incidents, strong rhetoric, quiet diplomacy behind the scenes, and most importantly, a likely extension of the ceasefire, because neither side is ready for what comes after escalation. This wasn't the end of diplomacy, it was just round 1. And sometimes, the first failure is what makes the final agreement possible. NewsTold. Truth beyond headlines.